House Wolford, eager to report House N's illicit dealings to Hyzant, rebuffs an attack from Booker, Sorsley's loyal assistant, and gains entry to the city. Alas, Cancel, one of the Saintly Seven, informs them that charges cannot be brought without hard evidence of Sorsley's misdeed.
I see the salt matter is being addressed.
Exactly as you predicted, no less. I never expected House Wolford to so much as entertain the idea.
The Wolford are formidable, always striving to do the right thing. Which is also what makes them so easy.
Now.
Scheming? You make it sound so scandalous. All I do for our beloved Hyzant.
Do not play the fool. I know Minister Edor has taken notice of you. You would do well not to let it go to your head. I certainly cannot bring myself to admire the man.
Oh, why ever not?
Worth going into detail. Suffice to say, I would not mourn him should some grave impropriety come to light.
Then, for now, let us gleefully await the Wolford's next move.
Well, there's always plans going on. Hey, but welcome back to more Triangle Strategy. I'm SlayerMathis, and last time we defeated an ambush by Sorsley End by sitting in the same tile for a while that just happened to be out of their aggro range and seemed to be the only 2 tiles out of the aggro range of most of the remaining units. So, sure. This time, we're gonna begin our, well, we're gonna start rolling. There's 2 things to take care of first. Like more stuff with Sorsley that's not involving us.
Well, if Tenebrous, gloomy as ever I see. Miss Sorsley, you are in high spirits. Why shouldn't I? House Ward is my salt to speak. Illustrious from the Southern War to win favor and laugh. And they succeed, being as ignorant to the stances as they are. Hail, I simply aim upon them, and their house duly punished. Shall gain merit in place money. I did not take you for an optimist. Or have you forgotten Exham Camsel's suspicions? You speak my problem alone, my dear Tenebrous. Do misunderstand. It is as we are with the same that I have to warn you. Illings of late have grown, perhaps overly so. It would make an other saints should they notice. And would you too turn against me, Tenebrous? Most certainly not. Our fates are tied. Good. Now leave me. Pray, careful, Minner. What need have I for caution? I've never failed, nor will I ever.
Well, sounds like we know that Sorsley had an accomplice at least. For what that'll do. Also, like, doesn't he know that we betrayed him? Whatever. Let's see what Medina has to talk about.
By the goddess, if it isn't my savior, I am truly in your debt.
I remember you. I treated you at the Minister Day.
It's the end, but thanks to you, I yet live.
I was not alone in treating you. And I am happy to see you well.
I hear tell the infirmary was overwhelmed that day. How fortunate the other man was a Rosellen. Never have I felt more blessed to belong to the goddess's flock. Praise be this. May her blessing rain upon you.
I turned to pry, but was that...
Yes. It is he who survived. The expense of Rosellin's life. Had we treated the Rosellen first, we might have saved them both. but I could not find the courage to disobey orders.
And in the eyes of the faithful, you acted in accordance with the goddess's teachings. Denying medical treatment to non-believers is certainly one way for the Holy One to breed loyalty amongst Hyzant's subjects.
Be that as it may, if only I'd had the courage of my convictions. The courage to give both their lives equal weight.
It is hard for one drop to alter the current.
So it is. Nevertheless, I wish to try.
I really like Medina. Character's also pretty nice too. I could go either way with that because I do like her both in combat. And she still isn't even at best part character yet. We still got 7 more left till then. Let's search for some evidence to Sorsley. Sorcerer. He's not a sorcerer. Sorcerer's pretty common.
Sorsley may end up once he hears our allegation. There is no back now. We must move swiftly.
So proceed.
We must provide evidence as Minister Camsell requested.
And I wish to be named Archduke of Esfrost. Does he understand what he asks of us? We have no leads.
Salt is a related commodity, and do not lie. If this illicit trade exists, someone will have altered the ledgers.
Of course. We'll gather what information we can on Sorsley until the evidence we seek reveals itself. Let us camp down and see what we find.
Agreed. We should split up and search for clues.
Time to gather some testimony as to Sorsley's crimes. This is one of the most unique exploration opportunities because there's actually a few results from this. Of course, right now we are looking for evidence to Sorsley's crimes. But there's a couple things we can actually do about this. But we'll find those out kind of just as we go along. I'm afraid I'm close for the day. It's bound to you see. You come again. Not now. We have more pressing concerns at present. The damn officer hunting me like a dog. Leave this place. I can return to my home. Okay. Not a rebel. Don't talk to Claris yet, by the way. He is... Let's talk to him a bit later. It's all hearsay, but I understand Esfrost occupies Glenbrook. The kingdom is a den of iniquity, it's true, but their lack of adherence to the goddess's teachings has no doubt brought this fate upon them. Well, I mean, does Esfrost also not believe in the goddess? We're looking for a rebel who was last seen in the south. If any such person. And we might as well have him go away. Did see someone rather suspicious leaving the city. What? Thank you, good sir. You've done a good deed this day. And at this point, we can run on over and talk to the rebel once more. Where's he gone? At last, I can enter my own home. You have my everlasting gratitude. There's not else I can do for you, good sir. For information, do you know anything about House End's illicit salt dealings? Salt dealings? No, I'm afraid not. You must source my two. Might want to go about prying to the affairs of House End. Seem quite determined. May as well search their encampment itself. It is located beside the entrance to the source. If Sorsley has anything to hide, he will most certainly have hid it there. The encampment, if we cannot find the proof we seek there, it generally does not exist. It is also the most brazen and dangerous course of action. Wait for the cover of darkness. Ooh, spooky. Pop into the rebel's house. If you want to search the encampment, you had best do so at night. This is one of the more crucial parts of the path I will be taking for this one. Again, I will be doing... so, basically, the most there are 4 things. So, over the course of the 4 playthroughs I will be doing, and for things that don't change at all, I'll be skipping past those. But I will end up showing off everything. This time, I'm actually going to go with the one that I haven't done before. Which is fully finding out information. You do have to go inside the house afterwards. And that's what I missed on my first playthrough. Frost boasts freedom from the mountaintops. It is only ever the rich and powerful that rise to the top of the wretched duchy. While here in Hyzant, all are equal under the goddess's watchful eye, and all may live in peace. Scarcely need ask, which nation, in your estimation, has the right of it? And honestly, freedom. I think freedom's happens as you fall, where it's fit for a foolish unbelief. See, all one needs in this world is the goddess's blessing. Though it takes a single-minded obsession with freedom to deliberately deprive oneself of her blessings and her salt. So perhaps I shall commend you. Her blessings are reserved for only the most righteous adherents. What happens to the nations of unbelievers is none of my concern. So this is how the faithful of Hyzant think. Only those with special permission may enter the palace. Take your leave. Minister Exxon is occupied. If you've business with him, I bid you write a letter. I presume I have something to write with. I've learned that my secretary was investigating Minister Sorsley as well. Surely he left some notes in his journal. You have my blessing to read it if you find it. Goddess tolerates much in the search for the truth. I think I've talked to Lila before. Seen her. Only those who have official business with the ministry may enter. If you've no appointment, I ask you to leave. The Saintly Seven have been recognized by the goddess of Salt herself, and are tasked with leading the faithful of Hyzant. Atop this order sits the Holy One, who enjoys the privilege of hearing the goddess speak in her own word. The Holy One then disseminates her words to the Saintly Seven, who hand them down to the people, thus granting the Holy Saint her blessings. I, of course, take pride in this uniquely superior construction of our society, but how do you, as an outsider, find it? It has I'd say it has advantages and disadvantages. You have my attention, good sir. Do tell us what precisely you find lacking. Take, for example, the Holy One, a singular exalted presence with no line of succession as you find in other nations. This does not cause strife among the remaining members of the Seven, as each and everyone vies to be chosen to succeed them. Your fears are misplaced, sir. Yes, there was a period of confusion some 30 years ago when the Holy One passed, I can't deny it. But the gods soon eased our suffering, and trouble has not visited us since. The Saintly Seven share the burden and work tirelessly for the good of the people, obviating the need for any messy struggles. So your dogma tells us, but humans are fickle. I judge by your guard you hail from Glenbrook. They've come to gaze upon the wonder that is the Holy State. Surely you have many tales from your journey to our fair land. Do tell, do tell. I would like to tell, but then I'd have to do a cutaway. I wouldn't. Let's be real. I definitely wouldn't do a cutaway. We pop into here. We can grab the journal Lila's secretary keeps. Looks like he underlined something here for emphasis. And Sorsley ends recent behavior highly irregular and improper. Took a meeting with the Glenbrook officials in secret, where he dispersed jet bribes. Bribing Glenbrook officials. This is extremely valuable evidence. Not exactly evidence of the salt corruption, but evidence nonetheless. Pick a couple of HP recovery pellets, and that is just... okay, that is the journal. Wasn't sure. Always good to check. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. There is one thing I'm missing here, I believe. Nope. Okay. I've already grabbed it. If I talk to you... just so to be true, I might have borrowed the pen and paper is just there. A very important letter to write. It's important proposal for Minister Exarm. Will you deliver it to him at once? So we at least got something for Exarm, which is always good. And now we'll talk to Clarice. You illegal... where's all this coming from? I will not stand for these absurd accusations. What proof do you have? Eh? 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 My secretary mentioned in his journal appear to be true. All that remains to see is what role they played in this illicit distribution enterprise. Now I remember what I forgot. I've talked to these guys. I cannot let you pass without proper permission. I care not who you are, from what nation you hail. None may enter the source. If you're not here to enter the source, then I shall need to know. Why do they guard it? Why? Not that I wish to hide. No, I bore keeping secrets, and in all honesty, I can look the other way no longer. Swear to me, not into the source, and I shall talk. Seen a deal, different from the ones we see during the day, carry salt off at night, under cover of darkness. I confess I received payment in exchange for my silence, but I know not who from. Not as though it matters, my conscience withers and routes just the same. So we got the suspicious merchant. Access to the source forbidden. They go no further. There's also definitely someone else I need to talk to. There's one other I'm really forgetting that we can find here. But I don't. Oh, you? I've talked to you before. There's a woman living near the ministry whose life is consumed with rumors of all sizes and sorts. She always has some fresh morsel of it. It would behoove you to speak with her. Now we go to the strange lady over here. That's what I was going to say. I thought I already talked to that guy. Send you aware of the latest rumor through Hyzan. I should like to hear more about them. The popular rumors of Hyzan. Oh, you need be so coy. Oh, where to begin? Where to begin? Have you heard the tale of the vanishing vessel? It arrives at port in secret, only to vanish as quickly and quietly as it came. If that disappears in the night, how have their salt exports had eluding until now? So that could be the reason behind it. Now we have found everything we can. Now if we talk to Claris, we have the suspicious merchant. Your rumors are irregular some unsavory characters making off with salt, you say? I confess that not even I had noticed. What you say is true. Though I simply cannot piece it together in my mind. Salt as for us in the first place. The cargo ship that vanished. Ah yes, the disappeared vessel would figure nicely into this plot. It is fortuitous that you contacted me and... Shriek's comments. Tokums has reached the consortium. Mr. Sorsley is known to be a meticulous man, exceedingly concerned with the accuracy of his own ledger. If he is engaged in illegal enterprises, as you suggest, I doubt his conscience would allow his books to go unbalanced. He'll have kept a second ledger. So, we have learned about said secret ledger. And I believe that should be everything. I think. Yeah. Should be good. Should be good to end our exploration. Let's organize our thoughts.
What news? Have you learned anything?
Sorsley is shrewd. He'll not reveal his true colors so easily.
Nothing can remain hidden indefinitely. A thorough review of the testimony shall show us the truth.
Benedict, right. Let us review what we know to be true.
Lord Serenoa, what does the evidence at hand suggest? Let us begin with Sorsley himself. What is his crime?
His crime is bribery. Or no, his crime is salt. Yeah.
He sold illicit salt.
Of that there can be no doubt. One of Hyzant's own Saintly Seven is a traitor.
If we cannot secure the help of the remaining saints, we've no choice but to present our case directly to the Hierophant. Doing so will require incontrovertible proof of Sorsley's improprieties.
And that would be that secret ledger.
Claris said Sorsley kept a secret ledger.
Of course. Sales had to be carefully managed so as not to arouse suspicion.
Making detailed records a necessity. I've no doubt this ledger exists. Now then, let us focus on where we might find the evidence we need.
That would be in his encampment.
By which you mean Sorsley's encampment.
Precisely. Not the one at the Citadel of the Sands, so far from the source. Right here, in the capital.
I know its location.
So, in brief, Sorsley sold illicit salt, constituting a breach of trust with the Hierophant. House End kept close watch over the transactions and labored to keep them hidden.
Meaning there is a second ledger, the incontrovertible evidence we require.
Said ledger would most likely be found at the End encampment, near the source.
Then we shall sneak inside and secure it.
Never forget that we operate on reasoning and supposition. Should our presumptions prove untrue, we will be judged accordingly.
I understand. But the future of House Wolford is at stake. I will not see us fall to ruin through inaction.